Hello everyone. My name is Linda Gunner. I am the CEO and founder of Linda's Professional Creations. I am a master certified wedding planner and a licensed florist. I have over 10 plus years in the wedding industry. My business caters to small and large events in and around the Philadelphia area. We do full service, partial, custom, mono coronation. We also do home staging. So if you're selling your home and you want prospective buyers to see how the space will look, or maybe it's a grand opening, an office space, a corporate event, anything pretty much that need planning and decor, we handle. We necessarily don't have to do both. We can do the planning aspect or we can do the decor aspect. We tailor our packages to fit each client's need because no two clients are alike. Even when two people are getting married, they are not alike. So we tailor our packages to fit the needs. So we have custom packages, a la carte packages that actually can tailor to fit your need and your budget. All right, so as I promised, well, for everyone who follow our live series, we talk about how to plan the ultimate wedding checklist, what all you need to do for a year when you're planning your wedding. So for those who are just coming by, you can go back and watch previous video and see how some information that you can learn. But today, as promised, I said I was going to do the 50 things, and don't get me wrong, we're not going to do all 50 things today, but we're going to talk about the 50 things mistakes that brides normally makes when it comes to planning a wedding. So each day I will try to do as much as possible within the 10 minutes, and then until the series is over. So number one on the list, I would say, is that the mistake is that you don't put yourself first. And a lot of couple do that. A lot of bride does that. And even though they said bride, but a lot of couple, they focus more on what other people want, what are the parents, what are the friends. Before you start to plan a wedding, you have to sit down and envision, what kind of wedding do I want? Do I want black tie? Do I want casual? Do I want a formal? Do I want kiss to my wedding? Do I don't want kiss to my wedding? Do I want a team wedding? You have to envision all of that, because with that, then you'll be able to set boundaries on things that you need to do and things that you need to learn. That way, when you know what it is that you want, then it's not so easy for somebody to convince you or put their thoughts in your head. So before you do anything, think about every aspect. What kind of food, what kind of music, from start to finish. Think about everything, from what kind of venue. Talk about it together before you start planning. So think about yourself first as a bride or as a couple. Like, what is it that we want? And don't get, most men don't care about things like that. So that's why it's more tailored to bride. So envision how you want that day to look before you start going on and doing all the gigs and just stop looking for stuff. Because then that's why you start finding different tones before you start clicking on the Pinterest board and just looking. What is it that you want for yourself? Think about that first. And then number two on the list is that, and a lot of people do that, you don't consider your guests. You got to think about it. There are a lot of people that come into your wedding. There are a lot of sacrifices they are making. Some people travel out of state. Some people go different places just to come and celebrate with you. Yes, it's your wedding, but without your guests, it would just be two of you guys. So be considerate. If they're staying in a hotel, make sure you have little gift bags. Like, yes, but it don't have to be expensive. You can put a bottle of water, a little mint, something, anything in those little hotel bag. If your hotel is far away from the venue, if the reception is far from where the ceremony is, try to see if you can put in your budget, transportation that would get your couple, to and fro, people to and fro. Now, I understand you don't have to pay for everybody, because think about it, if you got like 200 to 300 guests, sometimes it's a lot. But close family and friends, consider them. If not, have somebody who will pick them up if they stay into the hotel. Just be considerate to the people that are coming to your wedding. You got to think about their needs, because they're making a lot of sacrifice to be there. So please consider them. And then this number three, even though it's number three, but it's very important. I feel like do not do not buy your wedding dress before you find your venue. And you might be like, why? What if I already know? The reason for that is that, what if you buy a wedding dress that may be casual or ballroom style, and then you pick a venue that's pretty simple and laid back? It don't go with the theme for your wedding. Or maybe you change your team later on down the line. You pick a venue that maybe is a chateau, a escape. You play this beautiful mansion. You got this simple dress on. Now you might say, well, what if I'm a simple person? Or what if I'm a person I like overdue? Yeah, I understand that. But always pick your venue first. Those are this are steps. And if you follow my ultimate wedding plan, this you see the steps how it goes to plan your wedding. Pick your venue. Then you can decide, okay, do I want a low-key dress to go with this style? What will go with the fit? Because it's a thing that it's a glass on you. One thing can transcend. Have you ever went to an event and you see somebody overdressed and you be like, but why they overdress for something this simple? You look out of place. And even if, or maybe if you low dress, oh my God, this place is so beautiful, but why would they decide to wear that? So always pick your venue first before you pick your dress. And if you want to know, like I said, for step by step, go to my previous video. You will know when it is that you need to buy your wedding dress, but make sure you pick your venue before you buy your dress. And another thing is that number 4 on the list, you are too eager to announce your engagement. As soon as you get married, I understand, you want to show the glaze, show the ring, and show everything. Remember, this is something is big, and I understand nowadays everybody want to get married. Everybody want to say, well, it's my wedding. But before you start changing your Facebook status, before you start in the world social media where everybody just go ahead and put things in the minute and it's happening and everything like that, for all the poor stuff, you want to tell your close family and friends first before you start posting. Because let's say if your fiance surprises you on a cruise or on something else, or maybe at a restaurant, and proper etiquette, they are supposed to tell the family members or tell everybody know what's going into somebody close, the mom, the dad, and things like that. Sometimes people don't follow tradition. Some people don't do things. But even if you tell them, like, they may not tell the date, they may not tell them when. Those are the people that need to know first before the whole world knows. Because how do you feel if your parents find out that you got engaged and they don't even know, they heard it from a family friend or the social media? So before you put it on all these posts, and I understand it's a beautiful thing, let your inner circle know first, your closest family member, before you start to automatically announce it anywhere else, just to give people the respect and things that you do. And another thing, most important, and coming from me, people be like, oh, well, she's a wedding planner. A lot of people rule out wedding planner altogether from the wedding before they even start planning. Oh, it's too expensive. I can't do it. I don't need it. I can do it myself. I don't need anything or family friends do that. That's a big mistake. You don't have to use them, but weigh your option. Not every plan is expensive. Not every package is different. You can do partial. You can do one-off. You can do a lot of things. You got to understand something this. Planning a wedding is hectic. Can you do it by yourself? Yes. But one thing you got to realize is that you need a team. You need a support. You need a lot of people around you to do the job. There's a lot of things, prices, negotiation, things that phone calls that they have to make, the back end work that you may not know how important it is that wedding planner can do in a smish like that. I'm not saying it's easy, but we have, oh God, I lost a train of thought. We have, vendors on standby that we know, people that we work with in the past, things that we can get access to get information. So don't root it out altogether, because you got to think about it. After you plan your wedding, the day when you are getting married, you cannot do the timeline, the goal, or the last minute walkthrough, everything that's supposed to happen. You cannot do it when you're actually in that moment. So you are going to need somebody to manage that. Do not rule a wedding planner altogether. Planning a wedding is stressful, especially the weeks before your wedding, your big day. It's a lot of stress that comes to it. So you evolve because you think about the price, or you think, oh, I want to do it by myself. Think about your budget, and that's another thing. Put those things in your budget. Even if you say you want to do it by yourself, put the little things away just in case if you choose to use one. Research them, talk to people, and see what the price, and meet with people, and then you can decide. But don't automatically rule them out. That's a very, very big mistake that people make. I would say talk to a planner before you start to do anything. They have information and resources that can help you go a long way, and will eliminate a lot of stress on your wedding. So, but that is all for today. I stopped just at number 5. So tomorrow we'll start from number 6, and I will see how much more. Like I say, so 50 mistakes that brides make during the wedding. We're going to try to, some are going to be fast, some going to be slow. It may not be a lot, but thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you today. Tomorrow, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Once again, my name is Linda Gunner. I am the CEO and Master Certified Wedding Planner of Linda Perfect Creations. You can find more information on my website at www.lyndaperfect.creationsevents.com. Thank you and have an amazing day.